Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Arizona. So this is what I got going on. The sun, it sucks. Hold on, let me turn the camera around. It is so beautiful out here. This is the second time I've been to Quartzite. That's where I'm at currently, guys. The only reason I'm sharing my location with you guys is because it's a very often populated place by nomads, and by the time you see this, I will be gone. But I got some water boiling for my noodles, and I'm about to cut up some veggies. It just feels so nice to be in the desert, to be honest. Like, once again, because I realized that I just, kind of came from the desert as well. I just left the desert of Nevada, went into California, and now look at me, I'm back in the desert. This is one of my favorite hats, guys. It's one of my only hats. So it has to be a favorite. I got this amethyst little knife pin on it. Look at that shit, it's so cute. Oh my god. You can probably tell how happy I am right now to be out here. This is my little outfit. Oh wow, that lighting is so much better. Let me see if I can get better lighting. Oh my goodness. I guess that'll do. But yeah, guys, excited to be out here. Excited to be making some food because I am fucking so hungry right now. It's probably like 3 or 4, and all I've had to eat today was avocado on a slice of bread with some paprika and salt, which was awesome. But I did pull out a banana from my stash, and I put it underneath a blanket on my front seat and squished it into my cool bag, which is sitting back there. So I had a fun little squished banana I had to clean up when I got here, and I had a feeling too. I was like, I bet it's squished somewhere. It's not the first time this has happened, obviously. But yeah, guys, back in the desert, Quartzsite is one of my favorite places. It does make me miss being a part of a caravan, though. It is nice, the alone time, especially with how overwhelming being in Southern California was, just like the crazy busyness. But I do kind of wish that I had just like a small group of friends, which kind of makes me want to speed along a little faster to my friends where I am going in Arizona, a different area than this. So at least then I will have my little caravan, even though they are now currently homesteading. So I'm gonna start cutting up some veggies to start as well, cause it takes a little while when I've got both burners going on this. So just gonna start doing that. So I was actually so hungry that I basically ate already almost all my noodles. I did put some in here, but I kind of made this like soup. I made 2 because I don't even know, dude. I was trying to put too much stuff in there. And I do this all the time where I just apparently do not really know how to make food for just like one person, and sometimes not even just for like 2 people. And I go like way overboard, and there's like all these things I want to keep adding to it. And yeah, but now it will be easier. I'll have enough food for the morning. I won't really have to cook much for myself then. I can just reheat it, and then I'll be like good to go, which is nice because honestly, I'm not a huge fan of like having to like pull out my stove and my dishes and then clean them and put them back. It would be nicer if like everything was just like more easily accessible, and just like if I just, opened up a cabinet or whatever. But I guess it is moderately accessible right now because I have my stuff out. But basically what I put in this, you can kind of see a little bit better in this, but it's 2 of the same thing. I did 2 eggs in each. I did these canned tomatoes, bell peppers, bok choy, a bunch of onion, a ton of fucking garlic, and a ton of ginger, and then some spices. Let me think. The spices I put in was freshly ground pepper. I put soy sauce, some rice vinegar, thyme, oregano, and paprika. And then I put also a can of condensed chicken soup, which made it taste like it was cheesy, which I'm so excited about. It's so freaking delicious, guys. It sounds so weird, but it is really delicious. And then I have my scraps here, which I'm gonna actually, because I am in the middle of nowhere, I can actually go off and bury those and compost them back into the earth. So yay for that. Now I am just gonna get back to enjoying the silence and being the fuck out of the city, because the sound of nothingness is wonderful. I can kind of hear the freeway from here, but it's not bad at all. Not bad at all, guys. So I keep talking about how I want like a bigger living space, like a minibus or whatever, but as I'm just like laying back, I just honestly, over the past few days, I've been hearing this a lot of like, someday you're gonna look back on this and be so grateful for what you had in that situation. And it makes me more grateful right now to be like, I get to make food just out in the wide open, and that's like the normal thing for me right now. Like, that's wonderful. It like more deeply connects me with the earth and my surroundings, and just gotta appreciate that stuff, guys. So my dishes are almost clean. I finished that one and just letting the bottom of this one soak, and then I'll wash it off. I just use my hands or this towards the end because I don't like them to be super gooey with junk. And then this one already had squished banana on it, so I've been using that. I refilled my single jug from my 3-gallon that I carry. I used to carry a 5-gallon, but it just became too much space. I would like to get back to carrying a 5-gallon, but I cover it with this first so it doesn't leak out the top, and then I use an old pillowcase that's dark to keep the sunlight from fucking up my water and making it all taste like plastic. So I'm almost done cleaning up from dinner. I literally have 2 containers of soup left, so that will be good for later in the morning. And then I just bought some toilet paper. I just bought 4 new rolls of toilet paper, but usually if I go to take pee, I will put my pee cloths in here. And then I also just got some nice wipes that I will use to just like wipe down my armpits and my crotch area, especially because I don't shower a lot when I'm living out of my car like this, unless I'm living in somebody's house. So yeah, feel freshened up. Now I'm ready to relax again some more. I'm kind of like in the relax and then start moving again and repacking to a certain degree to actually just at least organize my kitchen stuff and get it put away so I'm not attracting coyotes. Yeah. And then I actually also slathered Indy in diatomaceous earth. I don't know if you can tell, but he looks very dirty. And it's because I think he has fleas, and this poor little guy has the most sensitive skin. It is just like pure torture. I'm pretty sure he's allergic to fleas and ticks as well as different foods. So yeah, we're all settled in, taken care of. Sweet boy. He loves getting his diatomaceous earth bath. It's just like a massage with dirt, and that's his favorite. Alright, you guys, so I left Quartzsite. I am actually on the road right now. I don't usually take videos while I'm driving, but it is hands-free. It's like on my steering wheel, and the roads are pretty fucking open right now, so it feels very safe. But anyway, I left Quartzsite. I did not end up sleeping at that spot. I actually ended up falling asleep and taking a little nap, and then I woke up and my foot was dead, just hanging out of the car. And so I closed up all my windows and my back door and everything, and then I just I was fine, and then I was just wide awake for hours, and then I was chilling. I felt safe, and I felt this dark energy just kind of walk through my space after literally all of this beautiful just vibing with the universe and the spirits and other people and just connecting in the spiritual world. And then this like dark something just like walked past me, and I could feel it. And it doesn't mean that it was necessarily a bad thing. It could have just, sometimes I think what darkness is often just the unknown. So you can be places at night and it can feel like, oh, there's dark, creepy things, and it's just because you're sensing something there, and it's something that's unknown, which can give you this feeling of darkness and like creepiness. But anyway, it sent me kind of down like a paranoid spiral, and at like 2 a.m, I ended up like driving up to the gas station up the road and just parking there for the night. I was pretty stubborn about it, honestly, for like an hour. And at the point where I was like, okay, holding my knife in preparation, just like listening to make sure there was like nobody coming to try and do whatever. I mean, like, to be completely honest, it is a little bit of like, what would they be able to do, dude? Like, I'm the one in the car right now, and I'm the one with weapons, and all my windows are up. All I have to do is pop into the front seat and, like, run them over, you know? But anyway, I couldn't, like, I'm sure if I tried harder, maybe I could have calmed that down. But I don't like to test that too much, because sometimes I'm like, you know what, maybe that is intuition. But also, I honestly think that it was just fear, and I think that I would have been perfectly fine and safe. But I just, for safety reasons, you know, I decided to go sleep at the gas station. So I fell asleep there at about 3. I was a little bit frustrated, to be honest. Like, I like hurt my own pride by having to like change parking spots, because I really just wanted to be like that badass bitch that was like, nah dude, like, I'm out parked here in the middle of nowhere, like. And then I realized, like, hey dude, I'm uncomfortable with this. Like, it's not like really that out of the way for me to change the spot that I'm in. So the only thing that's in the way right now is my pride and my ego, and like just wanting to be that badass. So yeah, and then I got to the point where I was like scrolling on shorts on YouTube, and I saw this one that was like, basically like, when you're embarrassed, like, don't make a big deal about it, just laugh it off. And I was like, that's kind of what that is going on right now, because it was like my pride and like shame over not being able to like sit it out. So I literally just kind of like forced myself to laugh about it. I was like, ha, that's hilarious. And then ended up like, sometimes when you force yourself to laugh enough, it turns into actual laughter, and then you realize like, wow, I am actually being kind of ridiculous for like putting myself down for this. So moved out of that fucking space. I ended up driving back to a parking spot around that area at like 7 a.m. because the gas station started getting so fucking full. Oh my god, dude, Quartzsite gas stations are just packed, probably because the price of gas is so fucking good. And it is like the first point, well, I think Blythe is the first point over the border on that specific freeway. I don't remember, I think it's like the 10 or something. But those gas stations are like the first ones over the border with the super cheap gas compared to California prices. So got up, left, went back to a different parking spot deeper out there, and opened all my windows and just went back to sleep. And I slept till about 12:30. I was so exhausted because I barely slept for like the past couple nights, and so I was definitely making up a little bit of sleep, as well as like all the anxiety that I've been dealing with in Southern California, living out of my car in the city. Like, I literally left Utah because I couldn't stand the city, Salt Lake City, and it's just crowded and overwhelming and too much is going on. And then literally decided I was gonna go to fucking Southern California, and I was like, what the fuck? Glad I visited my friend, but at the same time, like, I feel like Southern California has so much toxicity, but it's a weird combination between the detoxification and the purity of the ocean next to all these really intense, kind of like snobby cities, with over-consumerism. So, yeah, today when I woke up, when I got up at like 12:30, I probably could have slept longer, but it was getting hot, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do something So I got up and I completely reorganized my back. And now I also have the urge, guys, to downsize my wardrobe even more. I actually want to get rid of that big suitcase and start packing my clothes into one of the bins that I have. And then what's in that bin is a mixture of my like random tidbits and some clothes that I want to sell, which if I don't sell, if I meet the right person, I'll just give it to them for free because it makes me so happy giving free clothes to people. But I want to put what's in one of those bins into like a smaller container and just get rid of that suitcase because I realize it's just really bulky. And last night when I was wide awake, I decided to go through my suitcase and take out some pieces of clothing again. And this is kind of like what I do once I'm like in the mode of being back in the road. I just kind of purge over time, and after being in like a more stagnant place in the city for 6 months, I accumulated more things. And so sometimes it takes a little bit of like being back into that nomadic lifestyle to really tell what I'm going to use. So I do have a bigger get rid of pile going for clothes, as well as I am kind of shopping through my wardrobe for clothes that I would like to upcycle into other things like bags or other items of clothing. So I did grab one shirt specifically for that, but I'm still kind of on the fence of like, do I really want to cut this up? Because I do love this shirt. I do, but I'm like, maybe if I just hold on to it in my sewing bag, and when I'm taking out stuff to look over projects, I'll find one that like, okay, this is what it's meant for. Or maybe I will just decide to keep it as a shirt. But I'm on my way to Sedona right now, guys, and this is going to be the end of the video. I think I am going to look for another smaller bag to so I can get rid of that giant suitcase, which is just kind of like ridiculous, the amount of space that it's taking up. Especially like the longer I travel with that type of stuff, it's just like, I just kind of realize how outrageous it is. No matter how much I love my clothes, how outrageous it is that I'm hauling that giant thing around in this small of a space. And so yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. I'm happy to be on the road again because I actually woke up pretty frustrated. Okay, so there was one more thing that I wanted to say. I woke up really frustrated today, and one thing I've noticed about staying in the desert is that I honestly think that deserts are super full of like spirits, and that's not like a bad thing, but I think that spirits oftentimes feed off of people's subconscious and unconscious, and you could look at it as in like you're just in the middle of nowhere and those parts of yourself are coming to the surface. I think that both of these are completely true. I personally just think it is really fun to have a more mystical, supernatural approach to what is going on in my space like this. So this is what I'm going to share with you guys about it, is that I think that these entities and spirits feed off of your subconscious and your unconscious, those buried parts of yourself that are basically like your weakness, but also they are also like your strength if you learn how to transmute them and make peace with that. So that is a beautiful, cool little thing that I found with my experience when I am staying in the desert. And I was dealing with a lot of that just overnight in Quartzsite, last night and today. And I've been having the wildest dreams since being in Quartzsite. And it's just been a magical, beautiful, mystical experience. So yeah, okay, guys, that is actually going to be it. I hope that you guys have an absolutely amazing and beautiful day, and thank you for being here and watching me grow and being a part of my channel. Okay, I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.